everyone, listen guys, I don't know if I'm live or not. The internet connection is so bad right now, so I'm just going to do a real quick video, and I'm going to talk about things that have been happening in northern France. First of all, the situation that we found in northern France is a lot worse than I could it's a lot worse than I thought it would be. The first, like a couple of things, a couple of aspects that I didn't even consider was the local French population. Now, I'm British, I'm English, I'm Team GB, I'm Team UK. One of the things I want to be quite clear about is the threat and the terror that people in northern France must be living under right now. So you've got this situation where you have these, when people think about these migrant camps, it's very difficult to try and there were thousands of people, guys, literally thousands of people in these migrant camps. The numbers are beyond what I could even consider. I've got footage. I've not uploaded it yet. We've got quite a lot of footage. We've got quite a lot of footage actually that we've not uploaded and we've not shared yet. But we've got footage driving through these migrant camps, and guys, honestly, they are brutal. And by brutal, what I mean is brutal in the context that where these migrant camps are, and listen guys, just real quick, I'm going to be going into one of these migrant camps later on tonight. I'm going to use the cover of darkness because I think you guys deserve that. Going into these migrant camps at night, there's risks associated. There are risks associated with that. I'm totally fine with that. I would rather go into these migrant camps at night time on foot than drive through these migrant camps at daytime, in a car, because driving through the migrant camps in daytime in a car it's like a suboptimum solution. So I'm here in northern France and I'm looking at this migrant situation, and it's just, I thought I was ready for what I was going to see. I'm absolutely not ready for what I was going to see. One of the main things is the proximity of these migrant camps and the complexity of these migrant camps. So first of all, you've got literally where I drove through earlier on, you've got like thousands of, well, I would say at least a thousand migrants, and these 1,000 migrants are living within 300 meters of normal everyday French people. And of course, those normal everyday French people are terrified. We spoke to some of them. Obviously, there's a language barrier and it's difficult to speak to everyone. But we spoke to a few of these people and they are worried, obviously. They're worried about migrants coming, and, I've heard horror stories. But right now, this whole situation, I've said this quite a few times. The thing that's really, the one thing that's really highlight from this trip, if I was to highlight one thing, it would be that the situation in the migrant camps is worse than prison in the United Kingdom. That's the reality, guys, all right? That's the reality. In these migrant camps, they are exposed to the elements. They are struggling to feed themselves. Now, if they were in a prison in the United Kingdom, they would get 3 meals a day, guaranteed. They would have a warm place to sleep. They would have blankets, and they wouldn't be wet. So when you put this into context, okay, do these people want to come to the United Kingdom when the very worst, if these people come to the United Kingdom, and look guys, I'll be quite clear, I don't think they should come to the United Kingdom. The very worst thing that could happen to these people is better than the situation that they're in now. It's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. can you imagine, right? Can you imagine if you was, I don't know, just totally change the context, right? Totally change the context. Let's just say you was living a particular style of lifestyle, right? Whatever that may be, I don't know, whatever it is. And somebody said to you, Sean, do you want to go onto that island? And I said, well, what's in it for me if I live on that island? And they said, well, best case scenario, you get a house, you get money in your bank, and you get to look after, you don't have to work for the rest of your life. That's best case scenario, i.e., these people from the third world come to the United Kingdom, they live off the benefit system, and then, they don't have to do anything. And then you say, okay, well, what's the worst case scenario? And they say the worst case scenario is, okay, you go to this place, the United Kingdom, and you commit a crime, you get convicted, you spend time in jail, and while you're in jail, your time in jail is actually better than the time you've got now. It's a no-brainer, right? Guys, come on, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer why these people are coming to the United Kingdom. Some crazy, it's like seeing this, and like I said, guys, we haven't got all the footage up here. I've not got all the footage on, but some of the footage we've got is absolutely terrifying. I drove through a migrant camp earlier on today. I got really close up to the migrant camps as well. So first of all, Rob, I love Rob. I love Rob. He didn't want to go to the migrant camp. He's like, I am not going to that migrant camp again. Not a chance. He said, I'm not driving through that again. He said, I need to go to my mum's. I need to put some furniture up. He said, I'm not here to drive through migrant camps. I said, right, okay. I said, that's absolutely fine. You don't want to drive through the migrant camp. I said, I will drive through the migrant camp myself. So what I had to do, and guys, I'll put all this together I'll put all this together and I'll put all this together and get as a main video. Real Lolo is saying, leave people alone and get a hobby. Real Lolo is saying, leave people alone and get a hobby. Well, I will leave people alone as soon as they stop coming to the United Kingdom, and as soon as they stop claiming benefits in the United Kingdom. And Real Lolo, I'm assuming you do not pay taxes, because if you paid taxes, Real Lolo, you would be as furious as me, and you would want people to, check out my show. I'm not going to check out your show, Real Lolo. I'm just going to block you. Hang on, how do I block Real Lolo? How do I block him? Or her? I think I've blocked them. I think I've blocked Real Lolo. What I'm getting at here, guys, is the situation out here in northern France, Dunkirk and Calais, is a lot worse. It's a lot worse than I considered. I came out here. Oh no, hang on. Let me just. I'm trying to block this guy. How do I block them? I don't know how to block them. I'll put them in a timeout. Right, they're gone now. I don't know how to block them. I'm doing this on my phone. When I came out here to northern France, I thought I'd be able to get a solution really quickly. Guys, I can't get a solution to this. It's the problem is far deeper. It's far deeper and far more complicated than cutting some rubber dinghies. It really is. You've got people in France, you've got people in Belgium, you've got people in the whole situation with this migrant crisis, guys. It's absolutely crazy. And then when you look at these people that are in the migrant camps, you look at these people and they really do. Like, when you look at the people in these migrant camps, prison would be a better, like, for these people in these migrant camps in Northern, hang on, let me move this the wrong way. prison for these people in northern France would be a better outcome than these migrant camps, guys. It would. It really would. So when you look at these people and you say to them, right, if you go over to the United Kingdom, the worst case scenario, the very worst case scenario is that you get sent to prison, and the prison is actually better than what you've got now. It makes no sense. It makes no sense not to come to the United Kingdom. Lisa Jane is saying, any women and children, Sean? I didn't see any. I didn't see any women and children. Look, Lisa Jane, I've got quite a lot of footage, and it's not the best footage. It really isn't the best footage. The footage I've got is me driving through these migrant camps, trying to hold the camera. I'm trying to hold the camera while I'm driving. It's not the best footage, but you'll see for yourself. There are no women and children. Well, I've not. Okay, right. Let me be clear. I've not seen any women and children here in these migrant camps. Now, this is like I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff, guys. I've seen a lot of stuff in my time, but this is by far the most chilling. It is what I've seen in these migrant camps in northern France is the most chilling. It absolutely is. Listen, guys, I really have to close this down short because I need to go back out there. I'm going back out there. I'm going to try and have a mooch around tonight in these migrant camps. It's dark now. I want to get in there. I want to have a mooch around and see what's happening. There's a lot of woodland around these migrant camps, and there's a lot of there's a lot of woodland, and there's a lot of stuff that's not. There's a lot of woodland around these migrant camps, and there is a lot of. It's easy access basically if you know what you're doing. There's no security. There's just these tented cities in this woodland. And it's absolutely wild. I don't know if you guys saw my videos on TikTok, and I think I uploaded it on YouTube. I don't know if it's been published yet. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy out here. And when you think that every one of these each and every one of these people that are in these migrant camps that are on their way to northern France, they all want to make their way to the United Kingdom because it's the land of honey. It really is, guys. The United Kingdom for these migrants is the land of milk and honey. And it's terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying to think what is coming. And I thought I'd come out here and I'd be able to get the solution real quick. There's no solution to this, guys. The numbers are too phenomenal. The only real solution I can think of, and again, this is not going to happen. This is never going to happen. So let's not pretend it's going to happen. The only solution I can think of is that the Royal Navy destroy these ships when they're on the way in. And that would stop them straight away. I don't know where we go, guys. I don't know where we go. What I do know is that the migrant crisis is going to continue. From what I've seen, the migrant crisis will continue into the United Kingdom. The people, and guys, listen, it's something I didn't expect to think when I was out here. Something that I did not expect to think while I was out here was the feelings of the local French. Like, you've got local French people who are living in close proximity to these migrant camps. I can only imagine the terror that these people are going through. And again, look, guys, I'll be quite clear with you guys. I'm British, I'm English, I'm Team GB, I'm Team UK. I can't help but feel for the local French people that live in Dunkirk, that live in Calais, that live in these regions, because these are the people who are dealing with this day to day. When you think about the migrants that come to the United Kingdom, they're given a hotel, they're given food, they're given accommodation. And in that sense, they've got somewhere to go back to. They've got food, they've got warmth. Out here in Calais, they've got none of that. So it makes no sense for them not to try and make it over to the United Kingdom. Guys, situation is a lot more complicated than I expected. The situation is a lot more dire than I expected. And I'm going to be going back out there real soon, guys. I'm going to be going back out there like as soon as I've done this live stream. I'm going to get back out there. I want to try and have a little rummage around at night time when I have the advantage over them rather than them have the advantage over me. Anyway, guys, listen. I said when I came on this trip that the live streams and the updates they were going to be a little bit hit and miss. So I am going to close this down now. I do apologize that I'm not giving you guys the normal like 2-3 hours a day of live streaming. That I do need to get out there, guys, because from where we are right now in the hotel, it's about a half an hour drive. It's a half an hour drive back, and then we've got the ferry in the morning. So I want to get out there, and I want to try and have a rummage around as much as I can, and try and get as much inside information for you guys as I can. Like I said, I've got a lot of information that a lot of footage that we've not uploaded. I'm gonna try and stitch all that footage together and make it into some sort of like, tangible YouTube video. But anyway, guys, listen, I'm gonna close this down now. I'm gonna shoot. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share my stuff, guys. Share my stuff. I really do appreciate when you do that. And hopefully the next time you guys see me will be tomorrow, some point tomorrow when I'm on my way back. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys later. You guys are fantastic, and I will see you when I'm back in the UK, I hope.